Hey, good morning. Today's the day. Cedar Point bound, Sandusky, Ohio. The roller coaster capital of the world. I'm excited. I'm going with my best friends and we're going to have an exciting day. So follow me for my day at Cedar Point. First thing we got to do is get ready. So I'm dressed. If you could see me. Now I'm just finishing up with my hair. So I'm just spraying it down. So I usually just wear my hair up because when you're riding roller coasters, flipping upside down, there's no sense of making your hair beautified. Makeup, I usually don't wear makeup because I'm rubbing my face all day. Whenever it gets really hot and sweaty, I'm like always rubbing my eyes. So I really don't do much makeup when I go to an amusement park. I just kind of stay pretty basic. I would like to put like eyeshadow on and, you know, fix myself up a little bit, but being that it's going to be hot and we're going to be on roller coasters and the wind gets into my eyes and makes them watery, I'm constantly rubbing on my eyes, so I'll probably irritate them with mascara on. So I just try to fix myself up a little bit to keep myself cool. Hopefully you can see my outfit here. I have these cute little shorts on. They look like a skirt, but they're actually shorts. So I'm going to go finish my hair. So my hair's up and it's hair sprayed up. One tip that I can just offer is you just want to be comfortable. So you want to wear cool clothes, check the temperature, make sure you don't need a jacket, and just wear very loose fitting cool clothes and just wear your hair up. I mean, you're riding roller coasters flipping upside down, so who wants to eat their hair? That's my tip. So the next thing that I do is I load up the car. My bags are already packed. My husband and I, we usually pack these backpacks. They're mini backpacks. They're not full size. They carry any medications that we need and have in there. Aspirins in case, Tylenol and like regular aspirins in case we get a headache. I am a gastric bypass patient, so I carry my protein bar and my salted caramel chews that are the calcium citrates. And my husband has to carry his asthmatic medication. And so we have these little medical alert bracelets on here so that they allow us to carry our bags onto where the boarding is for the rides. They do have bins, but there are certain rides they absolutely will not allow you to have your bags. So we usually go up the back way. We don't do the standard lines. I get what's called a disability pass because I do have disabilities. So we get the disability pass, so we don't wait in line. We just go up the exits. I call it the back door, but the exits. So we're allowed to like store our bag like wherever we get on and off the ride. But we still have to have that little medical bracelet on there just for our medications and things. Like he's asthmatic, so if he needs his inhaler getting off of a ride, he could get to it quickly and not have to go to a locker. That's one of the reasons why we have that. Otherwise, the next thing that I do is I make sure my babysitters for my fur babies are on their way. A lot of times if we're going to be in passing, they usually get here shortly after we leave. We make sure they have a key and everything. And then take my babies out, feed them, give them some loves before we go. So follow me for the rest of the day. We'll be heading out soon. So the next thing we do is take our dogs out. Get them fed and pottied and ready before we take off. Now to get my last two dogs out the door and potty before we leave and get them fed and some water. Here they come. That was my babies. I'm gonna miss them. I always miss them when I'm gone for the day, but they'll be in good hands. So while they're going potty, I prepare their food and make sure that they're going to be comfortable and get some water until the babysitters get here, my brother and sister-in-law. So then I already took my medicine. I have to take medicines every morning, so I take my vitamins and all my medicines that I have to take for being a bariatric patient. And the last thing that I got to do is grab my protein shake. So this is my breakfast in the morning. It's Premier Protein Shake, 30 grams of protein. I need that to start off my day. So finally we made it to the car, on our way to pick up our best friends, and then we're gonna head out. So we're just waiting for our friends to come out. Here's one of our friends. Finally, we're all in. Can't see, there she is. So we're hitting the road, so follow me for the day at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. Hey, we have arrived and we just pulled in. So a few days ago, we were at Kennywood in Mifflin, PA, which is near Pittsburgh, about 20 minutes from Pittsburgh. This park is way better than that park. It's a nice park, don't get me wrong, but these rides don't compare to, or the rides at Kennywood don't compare to the rides here. So I'm gonna show you a little glimpse. We're pulling in the parking lot. There we go, we got the gatekeeper up front. We got the Raptor. Let's go get our ride on. So we're headed into the line to head into the ticket booth part, and then we're gonna go get our ride on. Right now we're standing in front of the gatekeeper. That's the line. I'm excited. Follow me for the day. Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. So we made it in the park finally. We got through that long line. We're in front of the gatekeeper.
I gotta go back.
Potty break. Then a roller coaster. So we had to make a pit stop before actually getting into the park. Long drive. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive if we take the turnpike. So my husband and I were at Kennywood in Mifflin, PA, which is 20 minutes outside of Pittsburgh, the other day. It's a beautiful park. It's a fun park. I think the best roller coaster we rode there was Steel Curtain. So we're in our hometown today. We're in Ohio, and we are at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. It's about an hour and a half on the turnpike from our house. We have season passes. We get the Platinum passes. The Platinum passes allow you into all Cedar Fair parks, which includes Carowinds, Kings Island, Cedar Point, and there's a list of other parks that we could get into. So we usually buy our drink packages and food packages, and it works for all parks. And the Platinum Pass also gets us into the water park. Today it's about 70-some degrees. It's on the cooler side. It probably won't be very hot, so we're probably going to skip the water park today. But they do have water rides inside the park, not connected to the water park, so we're going to probably do that. Okay, so everybody's done with their potty break, so they're actually going to head in and jump on our first ride. This is Gatekeeper right here. So we're going to go and enjoy our day. Follow us. So we got our accessibility passes, so we're going to be riding this fun thing right now. This is called the Raptor, Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. We're heading over there now and getting ready to hop on it. First ride of the day, the Raptor.
Oh, damn.
This gal here, she'll be sitting. She doesn't ride it. She's our bag holder.
Lady.
No, she don't do coasters, but she's awesome. She watches our bags for us. We're getting ready to head on. See you when we get off. We just got off the Raptor. I highly recommend if you visit Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, you want that first adrenaline rush to set off the rest of your day, to get you that hype, to give you that energy. Ride the Raptor. It's amazing. That's the first ride you want to ride when you first enter the park. It's the most exciting fast ride, and I need that adrenaline rush to wake me up in the morning to set my mood for the rest of the day. Highly, highly recommend it. And here's the Raptor. Now we're on to the next ride. Already got that adrenaline rush pumping. I'll be posting my pics for being on the coaster in between my videos of the rides that we ride, but we got our fun pics. When we visited Kennywood a few days ago, I didn't have fun pics there, but I do for here because I have the pass. So on to the next ride. This ride here in the center, that's known as the Dragster. It isn't working this season because last season in August there was a freak accident. I don't want to go into it. You could Google it. Cedar Point Dragster accident August of 2021. If you want to refer to that, I don't want to disclose any. You know, the family wants to remain private about it, and I'm going to honor their wishes. But it is closed for this season. But we had rumors from Cedar Fairs that they will reopen it next year. They're just going to take a little bit more precaution on how you wait in the line, and also we're getting a new roller coaster next year. So we had to take another potty break. So we're headed to our second roller coaster ride of the day. It's actually not that busy, and our ride times are about every 20 minutes, so it's not that bad. But my husband and I get the accessibility pass, so really it's maybe every 10 minutes. So it's really not that bad. It's a very leisure day. It's not a rush day. It's not a stress day. It's we know we're gonna hit all the rides, so we just take our time today. So right now we're at Valravn. So we might be getting on this one here in a minute. So this is the Valravn. The hill they just came off of, you usually sit there for about 5 seconds and you hang and then you drop. So we're gonna wait on this one because we are headed back to a roller coaster called the Maverick. It's another nice adrenaline rush one. All the coasters at Cedar Point are pretty much really good about adrenaline rush. This is known as the coaster capital of the world. So if you really want good coaster rides and good airtime, you gotta come visit here. Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, you guys. So we're headed towards the back. It's called Frontierland, and we're gonna be heading on to the Maverick. So we're passing the Valravn, and upcoming is, we nickname it Millie, but it's Millennium Force. And these are our friends. Their backsides. So they do offer a lot of restaurants. They have something called Dive-In. This is where I'm probably gonna end up getting my popcorn. I keep forgetting to bring my Snoopy head for refillable popcorn for $1. That's the Power Tower. This is a cute little diner where you can get some burgers and fries. They do have a really nice restaurant back in the Frontierland. We're coming up on the one of, not the oldest, but one of the oldest roller coasters. So this one's the Iron Dragon that we're getting ready to bypass. The one that just went down the hill, that's called Rougarou. It used to be a stand-up roller coaster, but they switched it out and they call it the Rougarou now. In front of us, we got the Millennium Force. So right now, we're just headed back to Frontierville. The Power Tower's getting ready to go up and drop. So there's two sides of the Power Tower. One goes up and comes right back down. The side that you see now, it goes up, it waits a few seconds, and then it drops. So about, I want to say 10 seconds, and then you'll see it drop. Hold on. There it goes. My party left without me, so That's why I said hold on, but they didn't hear me. So you can either do one of two things. Just walk back to Frontierland, or up here they have a train and you can take the train to the back if you don't want to walk it. It is a little bit of a hike to the back because this park is pretty big. So you get a lot of miles and steps in as you're walking here. So that's the Iron Dragon right there, pulling in. And right up there is Rougarou. And the choo-choo train's coming in. I think we're gonna end up walking back to the Frontierland, but normally we take the train. So we're headed towards Maverick, sorry. So what you see over here is the Rougarou. And then over here is the train station. So you can ride the train all the way around Cedar Point. You can stay on it and ride it all the way around back to this station. If you really want to take a break and you want to take the scenic route, this one will take you out by the lake from this station. Then you reach to the back where Steel Vengeance is, and there's another depot in the back in Frontierland, but it drops you off by Steel Vengeance, which is another favorite roller coaster here at Cedar Point. And you could either get off there and then do everything in the back part of the park, or if you want to do the scenic part, then they have what's called Boneville, and you stay on the train ride, and then you ride it all the way back up to this depot here. But you get to see some fun, cool, animated animatronic stuff with like skeletons and things like that in Boneville. And then you can even ride it back if you want to go back and then hop off and do things back there. You don't have to get off. You could even sit on it for an hour if you want. They don't make anybody get off. It's just one of the ways to relax in the park, other than all these many benches. We're getting ready to pass Millennium right here. We will be riding on the Millennium Force a little bit later today. We're gonna start at the back of the park and kind of just walk our way back up. But here's the hill to the Millennium Force. That's the hill to the Millennium Force. And it goes right up along the lake, so when you're going up on the hill, then you get a really big drop. So I think the Rougarou is getting ready to come down. So let me get a little take on the, here comes Rougarou. And Millennium Force is getting ready to climb the hill up here. It's a big climb. We nicknamed this Millie. So it's getting ready to go down the hill here in a second. We ride all the roller coasters here, but we're gonna start in the back with Maverick. So my best friend's, her boyfriend likes to play this game. And let me tell you what, guys, this man right here, his name's Roy. He can do this, and he's done it. Like, he's won these big stuffed animals back there. Sometimes in one try, sometimes it takes him a couple tries, but he manages to get like 2 of these stuffed animals. One time, he got 4. Guys, we made a pit stop for some coffee and snacks. So we're at Auntie Anne's in Cinnabon. My friend's getting an iced coffee. Oh, Lord. This smells so good. Then you got funnel cakes right here, shakes and cones. I got a drink package, so I'm just getting a drink off of my drink package. She's getting an iced coffee. But we're going to head over and get some ice cream here in a little bit. Gotta have ice cream at an amusement park. Now, my husband and I were at Kennywood a couple days ago, and somebody had told us that Millie's had no sugar added ice cream. But when we walked all the way over there, this was Saturday, they didn't have it. But Cedar Point does. It's over by Gatekeeper. So if you're like me and you want to keep it low carb, keto, or low sugar, no sugar added, there is an ice cream place. It's almost like a yogurt place where you walk in with your cup and you fill it up on your own, and then you weigh it, and then whatever toppings you want on it. So that place is up by Gatekeeper, next to one of these like little Coca-Cola marketplaces. It looks kind of across the, but next door you go inside and then you see all the ice cream makers and you choose your flavor. They do, and I did verify, they have no sugar added, and I think it was strawberry. I don't know if they changed their flavors out, but let me tell you what though, these Cinnabons and the Auntie Anne's pretzels are smelling mighty delicious. So stop in here if you'd rather a funnel cake or shaker cone here. They got, it's called the Toot Sweets. So, and then just across the way, they have a drink. So she's got her coffee, she's good to go, so we're headed back to the Maverick. Taking a drink break, she's got her coffee. It's hot, so you gotta stay hydrated. So we decided to stop and take our drink break real quick before heading to Maverick. However, I still smell the Cinnabons and the Auntie Anne's pretzels, and I really wish I could eat one, but I can't. I had gastric bypass surgery about 2.5 years ago. Down 175 pounds though, but I can't have sugar because it makes us sick. So I have to watch my sugar content. So finishing our drink break, and then we're gonna head over to Maverick. So we are entering the tip end of Frontierville. They got all these cute little shops here along the way. I'm gonna turn my phone around because I'm gonna just tell you what they have. During Halloween weekends, back here is where they have all the haunted houses. It starts like towards the end of September all through October. Huh?
When did they start that?
September. I should be healed up by then. So here's a trail tavern with wines and beer. They do serve alcohols here. You can even get a it's called like a drink pass, where you get so much tasting. It's like a wine tasting type thing, but you can do it with beer too. So then they got trail rides. This is where they have little pony rides for kids. There's all kinds of things to do back in here. In this back part, they have what's called the petting zoo. Oh, it's not open. So my husband and I went to this place over here where I'm pointing to. It's called the Sign Maker, and we had a sign made for our home with all 4 of our dogs' names on it. They're not open yet. So they got all these cute little buildings and stuff you could go into. They got the little jailhouse over there. They got the petting zoo coming up. They got these little fun things you could do. You could take pictures. This one's called Fort Sandusky. They got some history here. There's some cannons over here in the window. So there's lots to do other than just the rides. We're gonna catch a show later. And here's some like stuff for the Fort Sandusky. And then over there's the jailhouse. Roy should go into the jail. They got a woodworking shop, they got a candle shop, and they got a candy shop over here. And over here's the candle shop to my right. Huh? This is the candy shop. They have all kinds of candy in there. Now, because it's Monday and it's during the week, some of the stuff don't open until a little bit later today. So I noticed that maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock's been the theme here on Monday. But on the weekends, they're open pretty early. Here is the little petting zoo. It's called Barnyard. Okay, I'm getting sick of these calls. Sorry, I keep getting interrupted with phone calls if it pauses in between. So here we're in Frontier Land. There's a swan. This is where you go for the barnyard animals. They have a camel. The camel's actually over there. They have turtles, they have rabbits, they have goats, they have roosters, they have llamas. Here's one of the water rides back here, Snake River Falls. It's a nice way to cool off other than going to the water park to get wet or... Oh yeah, probably. Oh, well that's the slingshot right there, one of them. That's like the Superman one. Looks like Barnyard Animals don't open till a little bit later today. Okay, Barnyard opens up at noon today. So as we continue on, right in front of us is Maverick. Over to our left is Thunder Canyon. This is another favorite water ride that's not attached to the water park, that people like to get on and get wet when it's really hot out. So you sit in this little rounded like boat looking thing, and then it's a hit or miss on if you hit a waterfall or not. And then in front of us is Maverick, and that's where we're headed now. Just beyond that to my right is Steel Vengeance. That's a major another roller coaster favorite that was just recent within, I think it opened in 2020 or 2019, I believe. I'll have to Google that to get the reference on that. Here's a glass blowing theater. You can watch them blow the glass. You can make purchases. You got Wild Turnip. Now this is for your vegetarians. They have fresh food, fresh fruit, excuse me. It says vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free. So this is in Frontierland. Today's Monday, so it opens at 9. That's my favorite ride back there. I call it the Slingshot, but it's actually called something else. But every park names it differently. So right here's the sign to Frontier Town. That's what we're entering. Glass blowing. You got these little places where you can pick up some snacks along the way or just shop. Yeah, this ride over here is one of my favorites. It's hard to get people to go on it with me because if you're afraid of heights, then they don't usually like to ride it. Right here to my left is Maverick, and this is what we're getting ready to get on. And to my right over here with the water, it's called Snake River Falls. Again, this is another ride that you could get wet on that's not attached to the water park. So right here, Snake River Falls. We're waiting to see if it's open yet. It's still pretty early in the day. Being that it's a Monday, some stuff don't always open right away. But this is you definitely get wet on this ride. That ride over there is one of my favorites. It's actually called the Skyhawk. I call it the Slingshot because whenever you visit one park, you always call it the same name, but that's the Skyhawk. So we are going to find out if Maverick's even open. I haven't seen it running yet. So we're officially in Frontier Town. So they have a Chick-fil-A back here. And they opened up a very, very new restaurant. And it's the Farmhouse Restaurant. It's a buffet. You go in, you pick your protein, and then you pick the sides that you want for one price. So it's called Big Cedar Farm. It's got seating indoors if you want to eat inside for air conditioning. And over here, it's got seating all the way around. This section right here where the restaurant is, that's the entrance to it, used to be where the old-time cars were. They still have them out front, but they used to have them back here as well. And they took it out and they built this big, beautiful restaurant. So if you want to get cooled off, it's a good place to come and relax and sit. They also serve beer here as well. You can sit indoors for air conditioning, or if you just want to enjoy the view. And then in front of us definitely is Chick-fil-A. Now here at Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, they do not have Chick-fil-A open on a Sunday. I don't know if that's anywhere, but it's one of their most popular restaurants. As you can see, there's always a line out the door. And being a Monday, the park's not even that busy, but there's still a line. But on Sundays in Sandusky, Ohio, they do not have Chick-fil-A open. But today, it's Monday, so it's definitely open, so everybody's getting their Chick-fil-A on. And then over here is the back side of the restaurant. This is new. They have like steak, some ribs in there. They have a nice music going on to sit and relax. So right now we're getting ready to find out what's going on with Maverick. It's not operating at the moment that we see, so we don't know if they're just testing it or what's going on, so we're getting ready to find out. But let me give you another view of this beautiful restaurant real quick here. So they have hearty home cooking, farm fresh food. As you can see, there's plenty of seating. So we're gonna find out. I'm thinking Maverick's down, so we might have to find another coaster to ride. Well, unfortunately, Maverick is down. They don't know when it's going to reopen, so we're just going to move on and then head back this way a little later today.
There's an ambulance back there.
Oh, we think somebody got hurt on the ride because there's an ambulance, so it'll be up and running once that's all cleared out. So we're just going to find another ride to ride while we're waiting. It's a bummer because it's one of our favorite rides too. So they're making people get off right here on the ride to go down the steps because I think somebody got hurt and they have an ambulance here. So this is where they discharge the people. That's the Maverick. So if somebody got hurt, we just have to wait for them to clear them out. So we're gonna head on to what's called the Steel Vengeance. While we're waiting for Maverick to come up, friends of ours are just gonna sit and relax on the bench while my husband catches Steel Vengeance. Let me give you a quick, because we can't take our phones on it. This is Steel Vengeance. Going up the hill right now. Now this used to be the Mean Streak back here, and then they converted it to Steel Vengeance. So it's climbing up the hill right now. We're getting ready to walk on this ride here in a few minutes while we wait for Maverick. There it goes. Once known as Mean Streak, converted it just a few years ago, about 3 to 4 years ago, they converted it to Steel Vengeance. So my husband and I are gonna catch this ride while we're back here, while we're waiting for Maverick to load up. And then this big tall ride is known as the Dragster. That's the ride that's been down all summer. They will probably open that back up next year. But I'm gonna go catch Steel Vengeance and catch you when I get back. So my husband and I just got off the Steel Vengeance. Oh my gosh, so that was formerly known as the Mean Streak, and it got converted to Steel Vengeance. So just a little FYI or a tip: if you visit Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, you cannot take anything on that ride. They wand you. That's the only roller coaster in the park that they will wand you twice. Once at the bottom, and then once at the top of the stairs, they wand you again. So you cannot have anything in your pockets, no cell phones, nothing. They will make you get a locker. That is the only ride that they make you do that. The other coasters here have bins, and you can drop your bags off or leave them with somebody, but that is one that they are really strict on, and one that they will really wand you on. So my husband's Googling how many flips. I was trying to count them, but we go so fast. I want to say it's 6 full flips, and then the rest are twists, but he's Googling this. Okay, here's some facts about Steel Vengeance. Sorry, husband has to hold my glasses so I can read this. So speed is 74 miles per hour. Inversions are 4. Duration is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Max vertical angle 90 degrees. It is amazing ride. You definitely want to catch Steel Vengeance. It's in Frontier Town in the back of the park. So we are headed to a flat ride, we call it. It's not a coaster, but it's called Pipe Screen, and that's where we're headed now.
Hey Roy, you want to
Maybe
wait?
because Maverick looks like it's getting ready to get tested.
Want to wait?
Okay, we're gonna hit Pipe Screen first, and then we're gonna go on Maverick when we get back. It looks like they're testing it because the carts have moved. So headed to another ride, and it's called Pipe Screen. So you sit on this little device and it spins around. So be back. Hey, so we just got back. We decided that we were gonna ride a couple flat rides. So we went old school, and we did a nostalgic ride, the Tilt-A-Whirl. And then after that, we did that Pipe Screen ride. So we just noticed that Maverick is open. So we're getting ready to get on Maverick. So an FYI, we had a young girl that had a cell phone pulled out on the ride. So they had to stop the ride. But we ended up getting a full ride, and then they gave us another ride on top of that. So that was a bonus. But one of the things at Cedar Point here in Sandusky, Ohio, is you cannot have cell phones whatsoever on the ride because they will stop the ride. They will take your phone. They will get the police. You will get ticketed, and sometimes they throw you out. So just a little tip: don't have your cell phone on the ride. So that's why you see me always put mine away and not on the ride. You can have it up until you get on the ride, but then you have to put your cell phones away. So we did Tilt-A-Whirl and Pipe Screen. It was a really fun ride. If we walk our way back over there, I'll put some video on what I rode. Tilt-A-Whirl was in Camp Snoopy. Pipe Screen is right across from Gemini. So today must not be the day that we ride Maverick because they was running it and we got back from riding the flat rides and it looks like it's broke down again. So taking a drink break to just people off the ride right on the track. So they're actually making people get out right there on the track and making them walk down the steps. There you go. It's not our luck to ride this thing today. Maybe later today it'll be up and running. It's twice it broke down today. Yeah. Today it broke down. They're actually making people step off of it. We have bad luck on the Maverick today. We have not ridden the Maverick yet today. This is the second time it's broke down today. Maybe it'll be running later on. So on to the next ride, I guess. So right now we're continuing on to the other side of the park. It looks like Maverick's gonna be down for a little bit. It keeps having mechanical issues, so we're just gonna find some other rides to ride. But this is where we're. This is the Slingshot. Somebody's getting ready to go up now. Over there to our right is Gemini. And of course I had to get a popcorn break. I had to get a popcorn break, but we're gonna go watch the Slingshot. I really like to try this. I just gotta find somebody to be daredevilish with me to do it. But they're getting ready to go up. Looks like a older gentleman. Oh, there they go. There they go. Back down they come. There they go. I would do it. I just have to find somebody to do it with. I don't want to do it by myself.
What?
That would cut the picture up right now.
Yeah.
It'll probably come down on us.
Probably. Somebody threw up on the Pipe Screen. That's why we couldn't ride it right away. Yeah, they had to clean it. Only $20. Only $20 to ride.
$20 a ride and 20 for your picture.
No, it's $20.
And well, $20 video if you want the video.
Whoops. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my camera was still rolling. I was chomping on some popcorn. This is the Gemini. That's the dragster.
Do I need to go with you, Connor?
So the flat rides we were riding, I don't know how much of the ground you saw or my popcorn, so sorry about that. I usually try to pause in between the boring parts, but sometimes when I hit pause, I don't always pause. But we're coming upon Camp Snoopy. That's where the Tilt-A-Whirl is that we rode earlier. And now we're coming upon the Pipe Screen ride that we just got off of right before we were trying to get on Maverick before it broke down again. That was actually down, and that's what prompted us to ride the Tilt-A-Whirl, because the Pipe Screen was down because somebody got sick on it. So they had to clean it. So that time it wasn't mechanical error, it was human error. So we rode the Tilt-A-Whirl. And then we came off of Tilt-A-Whirl from Camp Snoopy, which is right here. That's Camp Snoopy. That's all where the kids go to play and ride on their rides that are for them. But Tilt-A-Whirl is back in there. And now we're walking upon some other rides. These are some of the flat rides, some of the nostalgic rides. But to my left is the Gemini. Let me see if I can catch them racing. You got a blue and a red car and they race each other. And then when you come in through the loading dock and the unloading dock, they'll tell you who won. Obviously you could tell. This is the Pipe Scream. It's a fun ride. This one I just got off of just here a little bit ago before we were trying to ride on Maverick. To my left is the Gemini and some other flat rides. And that's the dragster. So this is the ride. The female had her cell phone on and she pulled it out during the ride. And they caught her, and then they stopped the ride. And weirdly, they didn't get us off the ride. We actually had a full ride, and they ticketed her. They gave her a ticket, and the cops came, so they take it very seriously. But they ended up giving us another ride. But we're getting ready to go on the spider ride. This ride right here.
I used to love that ride.
Are you getting on it? So we're gonna ride this ride and just make our way around the park and just find rides that we wanna ride. We just got off this fun little spider ride over. This ride right there. Now we're taking a nice frozen yogurt break. I got strawberry. So this place right here, it's yogurt plus. It's a no sugar added strawberry yogurt. And my friend got, what'd you get?
Chocolate vanilla.
Chocolate?
Vanilla.
Oh, chocolate vanilla. So she mixed hers. So I'm about to devour it. I put strawberries on it.
Yep. Definitely worth it.
I just, oh yeah, gave us $1 discount.
I'm gonna devour it.
That was some good frozen yogurt. So here's the shop so I can get a better view of the store. So if you visit here at Cedar Point, Sandusky, they have 2 of these shops. One's up front by the gatekeeper, and the other one's in the back across from the Gemini Pier. We just got off this ride. I call it the spider ride, but they call it the monster. It wasn't that bad, not from what I remember it, but I think it's a lot smaller than the one that I rode before, like at another amusement park and a fair. So we're on to the next ride. We might catch this cute boat ride called Snake River Falls. I'm not really sure yet, but we're heading to the next ride. We just took a little break there and had some ice cream. So we're passing all these really good. I'm gonna turn my camera on here. You got the Backbeat Barbecue and the they got a barbecue smokehouse. So this is Backbeat Barbecue. They got a lot of different restaurants here. It smells really amazing. And they give you a lot of food too. I have to give them that. And then just beyond that is the Magnum. And then just beyond that is where the water park is. It's hot out today, but we didn't bring our bathing suits to go swimming today, but it's hot enough to go swimming. Here goes the Magnum. Right there goes the Magnum. So we're heading down to the other side of the park. We are out of Frontierville. I believe our friends are going to go play a game. He's really good at this one game where you have to climb a rope. So we're just walking down the midway here. Over here are some hotels that are up on the beach. They have a big, huge, major hotel that goes along the beach. So a lot of people will come and spend the weekend here, like do a 2-day trip. To do everything, you probably really need to be here 2 days that way you can comfortably get on anything, or everything I should say. And then go to like the petting zoo and the beach and the water park. So if you want to do the water park one day and the park one day, you definitely want to stay in one of those hotels. They have a swimming pool, TGI Fridays is part of it. So we're coming up to a couple other rides. One's called the Power Tower. Let me turn my camera around. That's the Power Tower. I'm the only one in the group that rides it, so when my other friend comes back with me to the park, she'll ride it with me. This is the corkscrew.
We're on like
This ride right there is the corkscrew. They have Dippin' Dots everywhere too. This ride here that we're kind of walking alongside of was the dragster. As I stated previously, it's been shut down for the season. The fate of it was unknown, and I believe, rumor has it, it's going to reopen. They're just probably going to change the way that you wait in line. See where the track is here? So where you see the fencing, that's where people would wait in line. So if you were able to see the fencing, I've got a big glare on my phone from the sun, so I'm not sure how good it was. But people were actually, they stand underneath it. And let me turn my camera around, might get a better view here. So there's the track. Just on the other side of the track where you see those little tents is where people would wait in line to get up onto the dragster. And that's what we're coming up on here. Just not to go into details because it's not my story to tell. It isn't, you know, in the news and coverage that you could Google. Just Google Top Thrill Dragster Accident August 2021. There was a poor lady that severely got injured while she was waiting in line to get in. And it was serious, so they decided to make the decision to close it down. But I'll let you guys Google that because they want to stay private and I want to honor their wishes on that. But the story of the situation, I mean, it was publicly announced, so you can Google that. Just remember, it's Top Thrill Dragster Accident or Incident August of 2021, and you'll see the incident. Just a brief description. An L-shaped part flew off the ride and hit this poor woman in the head, and it did some damage. So, and that's all I'll say on that. But this is the rest. Picture things closed. So rumor has it they're going to be reopening it next year. They're just going to do where the people wait. They're going to make it more covered for protection for the people that are waiting in line. And we are directly in front right now. And we're coming on the corkscrew. Right here's the Iron Dragon, the other side of it. And just beyond that is Valravn. And over there is Rougarou. So I'm hoping to ride this, but it's up to my friend if he feels like he wants to ride it. I think he'd ridden it before, but it's been years, so I'm hoping to be able to get to ride this. So this one just came down. This side that my finger's pointing to, they go up and then they come right back down. This side they go up and then they hang there for a minute before they drop.
That side's getting ready to take off.
So this one, they're getting ready to take off. You can see the anticipation on everybody's faces. There they go. So they go up and they come right back down. That's this side. Now this side People go up the tower just like that side, but they hang up there for a minute before it drops.
It seems the same.
So 2 different sides.
It seems the same.
It's the same, but this one don't come down right away.
This one will stop.
This one stops up there and you count so many seconds and then it drops you.
All right, let's go.
You're not going on?
This is the corkscrew. So we made our way back around to where Valraven is, which is towards the front of the park. So we're gonna go back over towards Millennium Force and over by the games. Here's the Valraven. So what they do is they hang there for a minute before they drop. We're gonna be going on that in a little bit. There it goes. And we're working our way back to the Midway over by Millennium Force. And you got Iron Dragon to the right and Rougarou. So we just circled around. So we're gonna make our way back to Millennium Force and a couple of the other roller coasters that are up front that we haven't rode yet. We're just following our best friends. He wants to go play a game, so it gives me a chance to eat this popcorn here. I know I just had ice cream. I'm eating like crap today, but I guess when you come to an amusement park, why not? I got the rest of the week to work it off. So they have shows here too. They have different theaters with different shows. There's one getting ready to start now.
Hey, hey, coaster fans, fun seekers, thrill enthusiasts, and rock and roller coaster lovers, let's get ready to ride! This is your Ronnie Woodsaver here at wow, what a great day to be with you all at Cedar Point! We are coming at you live today from the sunny shores of Lake Erie here on the celebration stage, where the fun is truly just beginning! That's right, this world-class team of athletes and musicians are here and ready to kickstart your day.
By the Rougarou, and that's going up now. Here it goes. That was the Rougarou. Now my husband and I ride that a lot, but just give you a little tip, bring some aspirin because that one kind of headbangs you a little bit. The corkscrew that we passed, we ride that seldom for the same reason. They kind of headbang you side to side, so it gives you a little bit of headache. So when we ride the Rougarou, we try to do it more towards the end of the day. And we don't ride it every time we come just because we don't want the migraine after it. It's a fun ride, but that one it kind of jolts your head a little bit. The only tip I can give if you do want to ride it is, well, not only to bring in some aspirin, but tilt your head a little bit forward so that when they do come to a stop or you go upside down, your head's not going to bang. So I hold my restraints and I tilt my head a little bit forward. And in front of us we have Force with the big hill over there. My friend's getting ready to play a game, so we'll probably end up riding that probably shortly after. Here's the game he's playing. Yeah, it's really hot today, so this is sort of like how the game works. You gotta try to stay on the ladder. So he's gonna try to win one of these stuffed animals. He's won them before, many, many times. Almost every time he plays this game, he usually is really good at it. But it is hot and sweaty today, so he's unsure. But normally he can climb the rope and ring that bell. So you have to climb the rope, get to that red part of the ladder, and then reach for the bell, and then you win your stuffed animal. So he's getting ready to go. So this is my friend Roy. Let's cheer him on. It is hot and sweaty out. But he can usually win up to about 4 times a day. At this point in time that he has to concentrate, take his time, and ring that bell. Let me zoom in a little bit. So you get 2 tries, so he's gonna try it again. But it is hot and sweaty out today, and I think he's a little bit overheated. He wasn't feeling that well, so we took a break from the rides to do something like this. So let's cheer him on. Let's zoom in a little bit. So usually he can hurry up and hit that bell and then get a stuffed animal. So let's give him some concentration here. Oh. That was close, but it's hot and sweaty. Usually he can do it twice and get up there and ring that bell, but maybe later when it cools off a bit. I usually play this game that's over, that game over there. So they either guess your age, your weight, or your birthday. We usually win every time. And they have 2 stuffed animals, and they're pretty big. So I usually try to play this game towards the end of the day, so you're not carrying around a big stuffed animal. But I usually try to win a toy for my dogs, and it's shoot up in like 5 minutes. But it's the fact that I won them something. They're cheap toys anyways, but it's fun to go home and take a little present to my dogs.
Okay, I don't know, but I got my...
So he rested up and he's gonna give it a go again. So let's cross our fingers. It's really hot out today. So he's getting ready to go again. He pulled off, took a break, so let's hope this time's a go. Usually he's pretty good at it and usually wins every time. That's him back there. Someone just got one. So looks like my friend's up next. Here he goes. Let's wish him luck.
He did it? Yeah.
2 tries. Cool, you're gonna be able to do this.
Go ahead.
Take your time. Don't rush it.
Yeah.
Two, on hands and feet, touch that red buzzer while your feet's on the red pole, and
Yay! He did it. Yeah. Good job. So he's getting that colorful stuffed animal over there.
I got one more.
So you get 2 tries, and he's been known to get 2 big stuffed animals. Boy, that's what my friend just won. Let's wish Roy congratulations. There's his prize. I knew he could do it. He does it all the time. Usually he wins 2, sometimes 4. Look at this big thing. I could ride this thing. He's cute. Let's see if I can turn around and get his eyeballs here.
Keep this shirt till later, right?
Go ahead. Huh?
I said I can keep this shirt till later.
Isn't he cute? Okay, so he's gonna be going again here in a minute. Okay, here goes Roy.
I wanna see how he does it.
Sir Roy.
Practice
Let's see if he can get his second one today. It is hot out, so he got one so far.
Oh my gosh, she's so good at it.
Shoot. Aww. Darn. Bummer, but he's got this cute little... So he still won. This is how cute it looks. Sir Roy does a good job. It's just really hot. He said he's gonna try again. So he's gonna try again. So, but these things are huge. Okay, Sir Roy is up again. Redemption is key. And you get 2 tries. Just FYI, if you ever come visit here and you want to play this game, you get 2 tries for the price of 1. Let's do it, Roy. Shit. So close.
Wrong position back up.
Okay, this will be try number 2. It is very hot out. Usually every time we come here, he likes to play this game and challenge himself, and he's usually really good at it. And he usually could win 2. Sometimes 2 in a row. You can do it. So freaking close. You got it. Don't hurry. Oh. So he won 1. It was amazing enough. I couldn't even win 1. So he did amazing with the 1. So this is one that he won. What is it? A dog? A bear? I think it's a colorful dog, but he won that. So he did a good job. So I guess I'm gonna go play this fun little game to win my dog a stuffed animal. They either guess your age, weight, or your birthday. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to win a shark. So guess what? I won my dog a shark. Sharky doo 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 doo. Anywho, I had to guess my weight, like 15 or 20 pounds off. I feel fat. I'm 110. She guessed 125. But that's okay. Because I won the Sharky doo 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 doo. On to a roller coaster. So my friend went and tried the game again where he was on the rope and he just won it again. So he's got 2 big stuffed animals, so I'll have to see which one he picked. Oh, and this is my bestie over here. She might be camera shy. She's pretty. She should be on the camera more. But she came and spent the day with us. Having a great day though. I enjoy watching. Oh, he's got this cute little, I don't know what you call it. It's a bear. It's a bear and it looks like it has a, oh, it's got a baby bear. I'll have to show you guys the bear. Oh, they're gonna hold both of it here till the end of the day so we don't have to carry it around. Let me see if I can go get a photo of it real quick. Okay, here's his other, and it has a little baby to it, but I can't see it from this angle. So it's the gray one right up there, is what this one is. And it's holding a little baby. Let me see if I can get a little close up. This is the bear he won. That. So he did it. He won both. So they're giving him a ticket so that we don't have to walk around all day with them. or run them back to the car. So we're gonna come back at the end of the day and grab them. But he did it. He won both bears on the rope challenge. Okay, so we're getting ready to go on Millennium Force. So we're getting ready to ride this ride here. That ride's called the Millennium Force. While our friend takes a breather and rests for a minute and cools off, we're gonna go on the Millennium Force right here. This is the one we're getting ready to ride. Whoa, what a rush. So I just got off the Millennium Force. This ride over here. This is the ride I just got off of, and I did get my fun pics. So because the hill is so tall, I do have low blood pressure, so sometimes I actually black out going down the hill until you hit the first tunnel, and then my vision comes back. My husband doesn't have that experience. However, I do. I don't know if it's just dealing with my low blood pressure, but this is the ride we just got off of. It's called Millennium Force. We nickname it Millie. So right now we're heading to get drinks. It's very hot today, so we have to stay hydrated. So we try to hydrate as much as possible. Our friend's really, really hot, so we're gonna get him a drink, get him some Tylenol. He's got a little bit of a headache from the heat. So we're gonna make sure we get him a drink. And then we're gonna head to Maverick. It's running, guys. Maverick is running. So we're gonna go get a drink, rest up for a second, let him cool off, and then we're gonna head to Maverick. Break. We got a drink and sat and watched a show in the air conditioning. Now we're headed back towards the Maverick since it's running now. So it's a little hot today, so we wanted to take a little bit of a break. But that's one of the things that Cedar Point here in Sandusky, Ohio does offer. They offer like a variety of different places that you can sit in air conditioning. You can either catch a show or you can just grab a drink. So right now we're gonna head towards, so now we're gonna catch a potty break. And then we're gonna head back towards the Maverick. But we just wanted to make sure our friend was okay, got his aspirin, got cooled off, and got a drink. Stay hydrated. So, potty break, then heading back towards Maverick. So they have a little horsey over here. We're headed back into Frontier land, and they have like horse rides over here. And then the petting zoo has been open since noon. When we first walked by, it wasn't open yet because it was still pretty early. So we're actually getting ready to walk by it soon. But we're headed towards Maverick. Maverick was the ride that was broke down earlier today, like twice that we tried to ride it. So, oh, they got the sign maker open today. It was closed. My husband and I actually got a sign for our dogs from here. So we're headed back towards the back of the park. We're passing the Fort Sandusky again. So we've been circling around. We haven't made our way out towards the front of the park again. This is more like the back, and then we made it towards the midway. Then they have these little fun things you can stick your head through and get your pictures. I didn't get to go in the candy shop yet. Right across the way is the candle shop. And just to my left is the barnyard animals. They were closed earlier, but they're open now. And right there is, I'm not sure what they call it, but we call it the Superman. So I'm gonna get a little glimpse. The other one that we passed earlier was called Slingshot. Everybody calls these their own. We call it the Superman. What do they call this one?
Ripcord.
Ripcord? Ripcord?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta
So
point
this
out
one's
where
called the
it is.
Ripcord.
I got all the way up to the platform.
But we call it Superman because you're almost
Right
flying
there.
like a
I
Superman.
said, dude, let me out of that.
Boy, there's two little kids on with their dad. That is so brave of them. I have not yet done this one.
Not a minute done.
This is one of the rides that I haven't done yet, and I haven't done the Slingshot yet. I don't really have anybody that would. Right behind us is Millennium Force. That just went down the hill, but this is Ripcord. So this one you're actually on your stomach, where Slingshot you're sitting up and you kind of get slung up in the air. This one you just kind of go back and forth. It looks fun. So there's a guy that stands on a platform over there, and he has a pole, and that's how he grabs them. They're supposed to, well, the people that are, yeah, my friend just let me know that the people that are on the ripcord, they grab it, and then that's how they stop. But I really don't have anybody that would want to get on it with me. Same with the Slingshot. So I'm going to have to find somebody that's brave enough to do it with me. But these are the only two rides here that I can recollect that I have not done yet. Ripcord, Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio. So it looks like there's another set of people getting ready to take off. So maybe we can catch them taking off. So they're all roped up. Let me see if I can zoom in on them. There they go. Sorry, I think I lost. There they are.
All the way up there.
Okay, so that's what they do on this one. So they go all the way up to the top.
No way. Man, no fucking.
I think I lost them. I gotta take my glasses off here. Sorry, guys. I gotta find. There they are. Sorry about that. I'm gonna zoom out that way you can see what it does. There they go. Wow. Whoa. There they go. That's fun. That's why I call it Superman. I nickname it Superman because it's like they're flying. They're on their stomachs. Where Slingshot, they're sitting up. But this one, you don't go upside down from what I can see. You're just on your belly. Yeah, so this one you're just more like on your belly doing this. This ain't even that bad. I think this one probably is a little bit better than the Slingshot. The Slingshot, you're flipping upside down in the air. Not bad. So they have these cute little animals open. Let me walk over here and show you some of the animals. So we've been to the barnyard animals several times, but here are some of the cute little animals. So if you go in here in this fenced-in area, as you can see, people are like being up and close personal with the goats. They're little tiny goats, and they have bunny rabbits. They have turtles here. They have swans. They have horses. They do have a camel. They have some llamas. This is the barnyard. It's open from noon to 6 daily. And it's just called the barnyard. Over here you have a donkey. Right there's the donkey. And you have a mini pony.
I don't see it out.
So let me
Oh,
get
there it is. It's over there.
the camel's on the other side. So you got these animals here, some more goats. Where's the camel at?
Camels are right back there.
And the camel's way in the back there. I might have had some people in my view there. So I would walk through there, but got to keep up with our friends. He's wanting to get back to the Maverick, so I just wanted to show you a little bit of the cute little barnyard animals. So it's open daily from noon to 6, and you can pet them and you can feed them, and you can even go in the little fenced-in area and give them hugs. So back to the Maverick we go. So we're actually right in front of Thunder Canyon. There's a raft going down there now. They have these waterfalls. So we were by here earlier. So when it's really hot and you don't want to go to the water park, then you get cooled off. I think we're going to be going on Thunder Canyon to get our friend cooled off here.
11.
There's Thunder Canyon. We're about to get right on it and get cooled off. And there's a waterfall back there.
It's straight because of water.
Thunder Canyon, you guys. It's a good way to get cooled off if you don't want to go to the water park. So there's 2 water rides here that cools you off in between riding the rides. When you're sweating it out, you want to just cool off, then you walk around and be cooled down. So right now we're in front of the Maverick.
Okay, I'll get on it.
So they got the swings over there. This little round circular thing back there used to be the merry-go-round, but they use that for haunted houses. And now we're headed towards Maverick because it's running now. So I think we're catching the water ride after the coaster just so we're not getting on it wet. So we're gonna head back to Thunder Canyon after Maverick. That way we're not getting on it wet, getting the seat all wet. So we're gonna get cooled off on this fun ride. Chick-fil-A and that big barbecue restaurant. Well, this is the family home style restaurant. It's got the buffet in there. And if you didn't want to do buffet, you can always go over to the side and pick the foods you want, like salads, sandwiches, things like that. So in front of us is Maverick. We're praying that it's not broke down for the 3rd time. We heard people clapping, so maybe it was again and now it's running again. People are in line, so it looks like they're testing Maverick. So they're still testing the Maverick. So we have seats. So the minute we see people sitting in the seats, we're gonna go up and get on it. Well, I hear the crowd, so I think that they're putting people on it, so we might be able to get on it here shortly. Let's hope. There we have it. We have people on it, so we're gonna jump on this ride. The Maverick, you guys, finally. That was a rad ride. Just got off the Maverick and it didn't break down on us. Although the 2 cars behind us, a poor little girl was getting sick, so there's a lot of quick twists and turns. The fun fact about this ride is you go through a tunnel and you slow down and then you speed up. So it's a fun ride. I did get my fun picks though. On to the next ride. So what an amazing rush on the Maverick. Gets me every time. So we're making our way back around up front towards the entrance because it is getting towards that time of the day where we usually go eat. So we might catch one ride out front. It's called Max Air, so we're gonna try to catch that right on the way out. It's been a fun day so far. So this is called Snake River Falls.
Inside?
That's all you have to do is stand up there on that bridge.
Snake River Falls.
Alicia rode this with us. Alicia rode this with us.
So our friends are going to go over to the bridge and get splashed by the boat. I don't want to have a wet butt. Here it goes.
That one was way bigger. I think they were.
You got it, baby, in there? Yeah.
There goes our friend with his two big stuffed animals he won earlier. Walking by the choo-choo train. It's a nice relaxing ride when you want to cool off and relax. Plenty of seating throughout the park. There's the Bell Raven. It's getting ready to go down the hill. It usually sits and hangs there for a minute. We zoom in. We haven't rode that yet today. That's the Val Raven. We haven't rode this one yet. Over here is the stage where you can catch a show. It's usually a pretty good performance. Old time cars. They call it the Cadillac motor cars. Those are fun. Then you got these buckets. These buckets start from the front of the park and they make their way to the midway. So it takes you from one side to the other. So in the beginning of the day, if you want to start more towards the back of the park, you could hop on these. At the end of the day, if you don't feel like walking all the way out, you could hop on these buckets that'll take you up front by the carousel where you come in. So it saves you from walking a lot of steps if you're tired at the end of the day. You got derby dogs over here. If you just want a quick snack like a hot dog, foot long, you get a basket with some chips or fries. Right here it's like a merry-go-round, but it's called Derby Downs. It goes fast and the horses race each other. So it's fun to ride. And then over there is the Raptor. They got plenty of shops, souvenir shops in here. They got a place called The Coral, hand-breaded chicken tenders. And over there to the left is the Gatekeeper and Max Air. A lot of seagulls here. I just don't want pooped on. There goes the Raptor. That's getting ready to come down. Over there, the Gatekeeper's going up the hill. We got a little bit of a kiddie land over here, but Camp Snoopy's where most of the majority of the kiddie stuff is. But this is just some of them up here. So right now we're headed towards Max Air. This big thing in front of us is called the Max Air. It goes up pretty high. Get a lot of wind action on that. I think we're getting ready to go on this ride right here in front. And over there's the Ferris wheel. It's starting to go. There it goes. We're going to be getting on this ride right here. It gets pretty high. Didn't even go that fast. And there goes the gatekeeper. There goes gatekeeper. Right off the top of the hill, it'll flip over. This ride was amazing. So it was our first ride on the Max Air. Oh my God, the airtime you get was freaking amazing. I highly, highly recommend riding the Max Air when you go to Cedar Point. Sorry, I have to laugh at my husband. So I had the two chicken shits with me, my husband and my best friend's boyfriend. So he did all right, but my husband, he's like 10 shades of white. So prior to me going on the ride, the Max Air, I showed a video of it. So my husband's afraid of heights, and he was screaming like beyond like a girl. And so my husband and his best friend were yelling explicit stuff on there because they're like, oh my God, you said 3 times up in the air and we went more.
I tried.
$20,
So-
he'll sell you one.
But ride the Max Air. I have to laugh because these are two goofballs when it comes to like roller coasters and stuff like this. But amazing ride, and I have to give props to them. They rode it for me because I've been wanting to ride it, and they did good. They didn't get sick. I'm sorry, I'm still laughing because like my friend was sitting there watching our stuff and she heard screaming and knew exactly who it was. So we're gonna head to dinner. We're all hungry, and it's getting that time of the night for us. They all have to work tomorrow, and I have to get home to my dogs and relieve my babysitters, my dog sitters. But no, he did good. I'll just have to show you his face. See, look at his face, a little red still.
$20, I made my money.
Heading out for dinner, but what an amazing day it was with our best friends, my friend Rachel, Roy. So we usually go to this restaurant called Diane's. That's probably where we're gonna head tonight. What an amazing day, you guys. Thanks for following me. Thanks for watching my day here at Cedar Point. I think I got 10. Hopefully I did. We've been here since early this morning. They close at 10, but we usually leave to go get dinner. We old folks get tired easily and hungry, so they got to work in the morning. So we have like a 2-hour drive. If it was the weekend, we probably would have stayed till 10 and ride some night rides. But the Max Air is going behind me as we speak. So what amazing, amazing day though. But we're starving. Thank you for visiting Cedar Point. So until our next time, we have Platinum Season Passes, so we'll probably be back again. We usually try to go about every 2 weeks. So bye-bye for now, Cedar Point. Heading out to the car and then heading to dinner. What a great day. It's It's actually cooled off a little bit. It was hot earlier. So we just stopped at the souvenir shop to grab something on our way out.